Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial in my Roland FA 2.0 tutorial series. This is going to be a very short one. What I'd like to discuss today is using a MIDI controller with your FA. No computers, just a MIDI controller with your Roland FA. And this is such a huge thing, I think, especially from my side, because I used my rig for about a year and a half, just like this. Before I added computers and doors, etc., to my rig, this was the way that I used it, and it actually worked very well for me. This episode, I would just like to show you how I do it. Please excuse the visuals because my camera is going to move around a little bit because I want to show you some things on my controller and then I want to show you some things on the FA. So I have to move it around. But hopefully you guys will get the gist and actually get some valuable information on this in this video. Okay. So the idea for me is to actually have one of the sounds, one or several, doesn't matter, but in this case it's only going to be one, of the sounds to be played on my controller which I have above, right? And I have decided to actually put it on channel 9, and if you can see, channel 9 is this chubby lead. Let me see if I can get it closer. Okay, I think you guys can see it. That chubby lead, and you can see that it is on channel 9. Now, it's important to note what channel you put it on because you have to select the corresponding channel on the controller that you use. Now, in my case, I use an Akai MPK261. I have no interest in any other controller. This is the controller for me. It has all the pads and knobs and faders that anyone could want. And everything that you see here, for example, maybe I'll do a tutorial on this as well. So this is the pads, and then you have, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16 pads, and then you have banks as well on the 16 pad. Oh, that's better. So you have bank A, B, C, and D. So it's 16 times 4. You can just do the math on that for you. Then on the right hand side, you have 8 sliders, 8 buttons, and 8 knobs as well. But that's not just 8. You have 3 banks, which is A, B, C. So that's 8 times 3 in terms of the buttons, sliders, and the knobs, right? So you literally are spoiled for choice. I mean, and it even gets worse because there's 2 ports. So you have 16 channels on port A and then 16 channels on port B. So it's like having 2 MIDI controllers in one. That's absolutely insane. I mean, there's nothing that you cannot control with this Akai MPK261. But you know, it's all about preference. I have to say, though, that it took some getting used to this keybed. It's very springy. It's very springy. Of the Akai, and I wasn't too impressed with it, but I made it work. My fingers adjusted, and I absolutely love it now. Maybe a shout out to Akai. In your next version of this controller, just give us a better keybed, please. The controls are fine. You can leave that as, just give us a better keybed. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so what I want to do now is to have channel 9 played on the keybed of the Akai. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I have channel 9 assigned a nice lead sound from the FA. So what I need to do now is to tap into channel 9 of the FA from the Akai. And how I do this is I go on my edit, I press the keyboard, then this changes, and then you can use this knob to, select whatever channel you want to play. You can see there channel 1. You remember our studio set channel 1 is the piano. Channel 2 is the EP. Channel 3, guitar. Channel 4 is the organ. So I can go through all my channels on my FA and assign it to this keyboard. But I want channel 9 because that is the one that I specifically want. Right? So now I have that lead sound here. Just listen to this. Just look at this. Absolutely brilliant. So you can use a controller to actually play the sounds of the FA on another MIDI controller. Now, the MIDI controller doesn't matter. You can use whatever MIDI controller you are comfortable with. You would obviously need to figure out how to assign your keyboard that of your MIDI controller to assign it to the channel that you want to activate on the times. And the reason you would want to use this is even though you can assign different parts on the FA's keyboard, sometimes you want access to a certain sound through the whole of the FA's keyboard, like my piano sound, I want access to the piano on the whole keyboard, so I don't want another sound on this keyboard. So then it's better maybe to use a MIDI controller and assign one of the FA sounds to there. I know a lot of guys, and even me, use a controller maybe to play bass, maybe to play key bass. So if there's no basses, then you can play bass here on top while you play with your right hand the chords here, etc. Okay, guys. And that's my story for today. This was truly a short one. I just wanted to show you how you can use a MIDI controller with the FA to expand whatever sounds you have within the FA and access that via a MIDI controller as well. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Hopefully I'll have something for you next week as well. Keep well. Bye-bye.